Hello. Hello, Facebook. Hello, world. Hello, friends. Hello, people who are meeting for the first time. So I come once again to share and connect in this public forum, this virtual town square. As I do every Thursday at 10 Mountain Time. For now, anyway. So I put as the topic, reimagining community as an organismic experience. This has a lot of, there's a lot in that. We use the word community so many times in places. It's used as, in a way, so many different definitions. And so many people that I hear and talk to anyway seem to want more community, more deeper community, a deeper sense of community. But what is community? How do we define it? I mean, on a very superficial term, you have a community as a neighborhood. Like, it's the community of this neighborhood. Okay, I can see that as a valid definition. And within such a neighborhood, how many people know their neighbors? How many neighbors do they know, and how well do they know them? For most people, not very many and not very well. So I would consider that a very superficial form of community in a meaningful way. Then another form of community might be a community of people who share the same activity. You know, like it's a community of swimmers or a community of puzzle makers or something, right? Like it's you do the same thing. Maybe you get together and you do the same thing together, like you might on Meetup. I have those communities in my life. I do like them. But it's only satisfying to a point, I guess I would say. And then also you have communities that share a belief, whether it's a belief in a particular religion or a belief in no religion or a belief or any philosophy, approach to life or politics. In a way, that's a deeper community in my view. Like, we share these same beliefs. But we're still very much separate beings, separate individuals, in a way disconnected, in a way, we start to edge toward territory that becomes harder and harder to have words for. It's an ineffable experience that I'm moving towards here, because the community that I envision and that I want to experience and to create and support, one very key ingredient of that is that we really feel the whole group as one being, as one organism. And some people might be shy or skeptical or afraid of such an idea because I don't want to lose my individuality. I don't want to lose my sense of self, my uniqueness. But this is something that I could say a million times, and maybe it won't ever be understood or believed until it's experienced directly. But it is a bit of a paradox that I experience more of my uniqueness, more of my individuality when I am in such a group, when I am in a group where we are orienting as an organism. If you were to use, say, the organism as an analogy, does the cell of a body, we have trillions of these cells, a single cell, an quote-unquote individual cell floating down the river by itself is probably going to die very, very quickly and is not going to thrive. A cell that's in a body in cooperation and collaboration and synergy with all the other cells has a great chance of surviving a long time. And such a cell is not sacrificing its expression. A skin cell is still a skin cell. A liver cell is still a liver cell. It might even have its own characteristics internally that we don't even see, that we're not even aware of. So a liver cell floating down a river might have to try to perform every function by itself and then die in the sun because it has no support. A liver cell in the body gets to be fully a liver cell and trust that all the other cells are going to do their thing. The bone cells are going to do their thing, and the muscle cells are going to do their thing, and the brain cells are going to do their thing. And as a collective, all these cells are going to thrive. It's the same thing with a group, a small group of people, whether it's 5 or 20 or 50, that come together and orient as an organism, and ultimately expanding that so that you have the organism of humanity and you have the organism of all organic life on Earth. Plants, animals, everything is one universal source, life force coming through us. Is it true? I hear the truth is what works. What happens if you try on that perspective, and then what's it like to look at the world from that perspective, that I am a cell in the body of organic life on Earth. I am a cell in the body of humanity. I am a cell in the body of this cohort of peeps, this little tribe, this Sangha. It's a very different experience, what I'm talking about. When you have people coming together because they have the same philosophy or same religion, it's 99% of the time a very mental body only kind of connection. Like we're sharing the same thoughts, we share the same beliefs. This is a holistic, integrated model that I'm talking about, where we feel on all levels. It's beyond the mind. We feel from our heart, we feel from our belly. We're in touch with our instincts, we're listening to our intuition, and whatever other subtle capacities we have. It doesn't require our belief. you directly experience something that is undeniable and inescapable. And essential. In a way, it's so simple. And at the same time, it is very, very far away from most people's experience. We're so deeply conditioned. We have to fight for our own, take care of our own. We have to orient ourselves as an individual operating in this world somehow to find our way. What I'm talking about is not to take away any agency or autonomy of an individual. It's really, it becomes that individual's freedom and choice to be part of that organism. It can never be forced. But in my mind, it's so appealing, so enticing, so obvious that there's an exponentially greater chance of thriving. Especially when it's mutual. It's one thing for me to feel I am one with, I am a cell in the body of humanity, but if the rest of humanity doesn't see themselves as the same, then there's no reciprocity, there's no mutuality, and there's no synergy. There's no cooperation in a way, or collaboration. That's what we're building towards. So as a practice ground, I practice with this field of awakening practice, where we have 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 people together, and we practice what is it to feel? What is it to feel that we are one organism? And that as each individual starts healing and getting their needs met, we all start healing and getting our needs met. And there's more resource available for all of us. It's such a challenging experience to convey through words, through this medium, talking head on Facebook. But I try anyway. I like the image that I heard from David Wilcox once about his songs, his songwriting. It's a little bit like a message in a bottle. I don't have any control over who opens it, who receives it, and how they process it and what they get out of it. All I can do is put the message in a bottle and put it out there, and it'll do what it does. And that's this is my message in a bottle. So if you're watching this, you've just opened this bottle with this message, and you'll receive what it is you want or need to receive. Well, if you have any resonance with what I've been talking about and want more community in your life, and how does that land for you? The way I'm defining community as being part of an organism. How's that different from community based on beliefs, or community based on physical activities, or community based on location? I'll leave you with that. Have a beautiful day. Write me a comment or a message. Let me know how you are. What's moving you these days.